So, dyslexia is that thing about reading backwards and mixing up letters, right? No, dyslexia is much more than that. Dyslexia is a complex combination of weaknesses as well as strengths. Now, in my training programs for language teachers, we go over all the items that are involved in dyslexia. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 important weaknesses that have to do with dyslexia. Challenges in reading. So yes, the most significant issue of dyslexia is the difficulty in reading. Students with dyslexia usually experience difficulty in recognizing and decoding words. This makes them slow and often inaccurate readers, most of all when they learn a new language. But as I said before, reading difficulties are just the tip of the iceberg. Number 2, writing. Writing has a direct relationship with reading, and like reading, depends on the phonological awareness, so the decoding skills of the student. And this is even more difficult in learning a new language. But students with dyslexia might also find it difficult to organize their thoughts or find the right words when they do a writing activity. They're likely to misspell certain words, mix letters up, and get punctuation wrong. Apart from that, writing is a physical activity that requires certain motor skills that students with dyslexia might have problems with. Number 3, working memory. Working memory is the brain's ability to temporarily hold and manipulate information. It allows us to process, manipulate, and recover information during language learning activities. Where any random person can usually manipulate up to 7 individual items in their working memory at the same time, a student with dyslexia can find it difficult to even manipulate 2 or 3. So this makes it very difficult for these students to process and remember new vocabulary, numbers, or even instructions. For instance, copying from the board in language classes is a major issue for them. They can copy maybe no more than 2 or 3 words at the same time, where other students can probably work 3 times faster. Number 4, focus. Dyslexic students often have difficulty staying focused on a particular task. While reading or being occupied with any individual task in your class, they might lose focus after only a couple of minutes. Their mind will drift off to other thoughts, ideas, plans, solutions, or whatever it might be occupied with. Number 5, self-esteem. Without a good level of dyslexia awareness, language teachers will not understand the challenges of these students. To them, they're just students that are slow, lose focus, are forgetful, and can't even follow the most basic instructions in their class. And it's very likely that they label them as uninterested, lazy, or even stupid. And honestly, before I knew anything about dyslexia, this also happened to me. I actually thought some of these things about myself, not being aware back then about my own dyslexia. But obviously none of these labels are correct. Students with dyslexia, just like any other student, are very interested in learning, are very hard workers, and in many cases have an above average level of intelligence. Therefore, not understanding dyslexia, not being able to recognize it in your student, may lead to very low self-esteem in these students. So if you want to know more about dyslexia and how to help your language learner with dyslexia to thrive in your classes, subscribe to my channel and check out my website for upcoming courses and training events. And long live the dyslexic brain!